Labas, vakaras, Boozeketeers. Diantar Dennis, Mano Verdes Tiki King, Svetkata, Tiki King, Cocktales. And probably none of you have any idea what I'm saying because you probably don't speak Lithuanian. And if you do speak Lithuanian, you probably have no idea what I'm saying because my Lithuanian is terrible. But that's okay. But that's okay. That's okay. Svetkata, which isn't Lithuanian either. I think it's Polish. But it means I've crashed your car. So, hey! It's Tuesday night. Cocktales with Tiki King. Welcome, Boozeketeers. Welcome back, I should say. We're here. We're you and us, and we're here. We're back here at the Wicked Wedge. Last week we were at the TAT down in wonderful Sedona-ish, Arizona, down in the not Cottonwood, no sir, Oak Creek Village of Oak Creek. We were down there whooping it up. We had ourselves such a good time. I left a big bottle of bourbon, so Boozeketeer CJ is gonna have to chug that down and lament, because that's what he does. He laments about his life choices. Actually, he laments about my life choices, but I live vicariously. So there you go. So why? Okay, so why was I attempting to speak Lithuanian? You may ask. Well, go ahead and ask. There's I think a 4-second delay, so I have to wait. Hey, I'm glad you asked. So the reason was because whilst we were down there, down in the Arizona-ish area, we were down there for the Highland Games, had a great time down there, and did our thing. But part of one of the things we did was we cracked open the Krupnikas. You may remember a couple episodes back when I said, "Hey, look, Krupnikas," and I told you a little bit about it. Well, we opened it up, and we were drinking on the 95 proof, the good stuff right here. Lithuanian honey liqueur. Made it myself, 95 proof. Well, I was going somewhere with that. Oh, but so there's all kinds of things going on tonight. So I put up 2 bottles of 95 proof, and then I also did a little experimentation, and I made a bottle of it's a 75 proof using a rum base instead of, I used 151 instead of the 190 grain alcohol. So this one clocks in 75.5 proof, and never tried it. So we're going to try it. What do you say? We'll try it we'll try it as together as we can be with you there and me here. We'll see what happens. Smells good. I got to shake up it. So I don't know if I told you about the cloud, but there's a cloud that forms in these things on the bottom, and it looks kind of funny in a good way. But I have not tried this before, so we're going into some new territory here. I think I don't know. We'll just straight up and then maybe throw an ice cube and see what happens later. Alrighty. Good. I have 2 because we've got to make sure that we treat the production team correctly here. There we go. How's the sound out there, by the way? Where our microphone had gone missing, but now it came back. So here we are. Svetkata, as they say. Well, she's already tried it. I can see her. She looks like she's gonna pass out.
No, I'm just hot. I haven't tried it yet. I'm waiting for you.
Oh, okay. A bug already tried mine in the moment that I was away. Svetkata. That's Lithuanian means to your health or to your life or something like that. That's good. It's different slightly, but.
Whoa.
Oh, they're blowing stuff up outside. See that? They're celebrating the fine rum Krupnikas. You want an ice cube for that? No? Okay, the dog has come to visit.
Wait, what?
Yeah. There's a dog down there. Probably because of the explosions. Dogs don't like explosions, they say. Oh, you're coach.
I'm taking her upstairs.
Alrighty. Anyway, so that's tasty. That's good stuff. Rum-based Krupnikas. I don't know if that's kosher, but I did it anyway because we've got to try these things from time to time. And plus, because not everyone can have grain alcohol. So, you know, I thought with the sugarcane base, with the rum, and like I said, 75 that's you know, that's decent, that's respectable. A lot of the commercial, I think the commercial grade Krupnikas you get is like 70 proof anyway. So, you know, so if you're the 95 is a treat, the 7.5, not bad. So I don't know if you guys know stuff about Lithuania, but I'm part Lithuanian and Irish, and Lithuania. So if you don't know, so if my hand happened to be, I don't know which way to go because it could be this way or there. It's like if my hand were Michigan or Wisconsin, I don't know which one it is, then we'd be here, but we're not. So basically, Lithuania is above Poland. It's below Latvia. You know, it's right in there. It's in the Baltics, I think they call that, Belarus and all that. But Baltic Sea, you know, it's in there. But it's a country that the Lithuanians have been. Everybody invades them. They're kind of like the party house of invasions. They're like, hey, get a tank and come on in, you know. But they don't say that, obviously. But the people with the tanks say that, which seems to be a thing around the world. But there you go. I don't know anything. I really don't know much about. Like I'm not all that versed in the Lithuanian culture, other than the Krupnikas, because you know I think they wear puffy shirts though, from time to time, like a pirate. So that's good, right? Rum, Krupnikas, pirate shirt. How can you go wrong? There you go. Is there any comments on the microphone? Is it working? Anybody say anything? No? 4-second delay. Thumbs up? Okay, good. I do know, I will say though, Latvia, I did work with a woman who was from Latvia. When I was a youngster, and I worked in a summer camp. Well, first I washed dishes, but apparently I wasn't very good at washing dishes, so they made me a cook. Which I don't know if that's the normal progression of things. You're terrible at washing dishes. You should cook the food here at camp. But I became a cook, and as you might know, antics ensued. Because, you know. But the head chef there was this very round woman named Olga, who was not fond of our tormenting, but we were, so that was okay. But she was always shouting. Buzz, it was a boys, and I always thought it was boys because there's a bunch of us guys working there. And then later on, I found out basically it's Latvian. It means like stop doing that thing, and it wasn't even like stop doing that. It was just everything. Stop doing that thing. And I was like, I wish I could remember to say that from time to time because it's a pretty good, handy, generic thing. But anyway. So what are we doing tonight? We're not just drinking Krupnikas. No, sir. I decided I had to take a step further, as I am wont to do from time to time. So, did a little poking around, found myself some recipes. I did. For a couple of drinks that are basically the Krupnikas twist on some classic cocktails. And we're going to see what happens with them, because they could be good. I don't know. We're going to find out. So we're going to make 2 tonight. We're doing 2. I'll make the first one, and it'll explain itself because I'll tell you about it, which is me explaining it. But that's okay, because... so the first one is called the White Lithuanian, which is, I needed a different glass, but that's okay. I'll use my rocks glass that I'm already drinking out of. Because all I did is Krupnikas, so it's not like it's going to hurt it. So what is a White Lithuanian? Well, if you're familiar with the White Russian, and we certainly are, because we've had a few from time to time. I think producer Maggie is up there knocking on one right now. Knocking on heaven's White Russian. So, but this is not the White Russian, but this is the White Lithuanian. The Russians then later invaded, and that's when it changed probably. Maybe they invented it. Maybe the White Lithuanian came first. I don't know. So what's in it? Well, it's pretty easy. We got, where's this stuff? Got 1.5 ounces of the Krupnikas. Yeah. And so Krupnikas, for those of you who were not in attendance the other times when I talked about it, Krupnikas, honey liqueur. Now, anywhere you go in that area, whether it's Lithuania or Poland or Latvia, anywhere around there, they all drink something like this. Strangely, the Polish call it Krupnik. I don't know what the as means. I mean, I know what as means around here, but yes, Krupnik in Polish, Krupnikas in Lithuanian. I don't know the Latvian word, but they've got their own. Mead, another honey liqueur-ish thing, but it's more of a honey wine, so it's not quite as high of strength. But yeah, so everybody's got their own thing, but this is our thing, so we're gonna go there. So we got the 1.5 ounce Krupnikas. We go with 1.5 ounces coffee liqueur, in this case, Kahlua. I don't know if Kahlua is the original coffee liqueur, but it sure is good. And then we got 1.5 ounces of half and half. It says to stir and enjoy is the recipe. So let's give it a stir. So it was nice to see. We saw several Boozeketeers when we were down there in the Arizona area. Saw the great sights. We saw rocks. Saw all kinds of things. It was quite a trip. So here we go. The White Lithuanian. Let's see what happens. Yum. That's good. That's tasty. I'm gonna let you have a sample here, just so you can do a comparison, since you're doing the regular White Russian there. But there's just a little bit of something else going on. It's not bad though.
It's not bad.
That is a fine thing, I'd have to say. See, it gets the point. The only problem with this show and all these trying all these different cocktails all the time, and usually, you know, like a lot of people get into this thing where they're like they have their favorite cocktail and they go, that's what they order. That's what they order, you know. And every now, that's one thing about this show. I'm trying, you know, I used to always think, well, I'll do the ones I know. I'm just gonna, like, you know. But then I realized this is kind of an opportunity, right? My show is an opportunity for me to drink. So why not mix it up? Why not try stuff I've never tried before? That's I think the beauty of it. And you know, I've said it before. That's one of those things. Go out there and try new cocktails. You know, go in the bar, don't order. Maybe you love the gin and tonic. Who doesn't? But you know, try something else. Try something. Look on the board. See what their specialty is. I will say, if it's got some goofy name about sex and beaches and bartenders and that sort of thing, maybe not. But you know, try out the classic things. I will say, we ran into some friends of ours who were doing a show down in Flagstaff, and we went and saw the show. We had a great time, but at the bar, they had the Eurotrash cocktail, which I was like, what the heck is that? And it was actually a White Russian, but that's the name of one of their songs is Eurotrash Girl. So they renamed it. But in that case, classic cocktail, delicious. I think Boozeketeer Turk drank one. He said it was good. So yeah, get out there and try the new stuff, because the worst thing that can happen is you might not like it and then you have to order it again. And that's, you know, it's the adventure. That's the thing. So what else? What else is going on? Well, I know we keep talking about doing a show with a live audience from down at the Boozeketeer. We're still trying to figure that out. It just seems like there's always something cropping up, always something to do. Probably will be when we come back from Tiki Oasis. Maybe, I don't know if we can be able to fit it in before then. I was hoping to get some word and set it up long enough in advance so we could get a bunch of you Boozeketeers from the area to come on down and fill up the place and hoot and holler and stuff like that. Or even if you're from out of the area, you could come, you know. Doesn't mean you can't come up to Utah for a weekend. Go out and see the arches and the domes and the tunnels and the caverns. Oh, so speaking of that, so we went out. We were on our way down to Flagstaff, and we stopped at the Moki Caves, which I think I talked about. But yeah, went in there. They had a bar in there. What could be better? Being in a cave, underground, in a cave, in a bar. That's kind of like it's a double whammy. But not only that. Speaking of caves, so then after, so we went down. We did the show down there in Sedona, and then when we came back up the flagstaff, and we went a little further north, and we went to Two Guns, which I would say, if you have the time, look it up because it's an interesting story. But long story short, basically, it's this area where there's a cave where there was a horrendous Indian or native peoples who were killing each other, to put it bluntly. And it was some guy found it and turned it into a tourist attraction. But now it's just a big abandoned area full of ruins and burnt out buildings and graffiti and mud huts and an abandoned zoo. And there's still the cave. You can go down inside there. It's a nutty thing. Two caves in one trip. I'd have to call that. That's like a win-win. One win per cave. And I saw some people wearing Boozeketeer paraphernalia when I was out there in Arizona, which is nice. Always good to see you Boozeketeers showing off your wares. Where are the Boozeketeers? Boozeketeers wearing Boozeketeer wear. Mm-hmm. So there you go. So see, I don't want to chug this down because this is actually really good, and it's so hot here. It's what, 90-something degrees in here. It's a warm one.
It's 88 degrees inside right now.
Inside, 88 degrees, which is still too hot because if we had the fan blowing, you'd hear. Instead of me talking, which could be better. I don't know. It might be more. Did you hear that show when they did the white noise? I love that one. I slept right through it. Might be good, but I don't know. That's a fine cocktail, I have to say. I'm digging it. Because I like the White Russian. You know, a good White Russian, like I said, it's a thing of beauty. That's why we've done them, I think, twice on the show now. We did proper White Russians. We did improvised White Russians. We got White Russians, people just doing them all over the place. It's a crazy thing. They're all abiding in their own fashions. Because, you know, sometimes you gotta abide. You gotta draw your life together. That's the thing. The White Russian is the piece that draws our lives together. But now I'm excited to try. See now, so both of these, I was hoping. Well, I don't know if I was hoping because I could have just made it up myself. But I was hoping there was going to be a Krupnikas cocktail that was like a good Irish whiskey in Krupnikas, because that's Busca Tear Aaron says that's that's my cocktail, is a pint glass full of.
Why don't you just make one?
I could. Well, I already tried it.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty good. Which is I don't know if it's a long. So like I said, so I'm Lithuanian, but most people don't know that because, you know, my Irish side is the big thing, and even my ancestors didn't really talk about it. They just, like, you know, I got 22 pages of my Irish family history, and then there's like, it's crazy, but not a whole lot about the Lithuanians. So Busca Tear Aaron suggested that I get a pint glass, fill it with Jameson, and then put some Krupnikas in, but don't talk about it. He said that'd be my cocktail, and I tried it, and it was good. But I don't know I don't know if a pint of whiskey with a shot of Krupnikas in it is exactly a cocktail. I mean, for most people. I mean, you could do that, but you can only do like 2 or 3 a night before it's going to cause you trouble. With a capital T. And that rhymes with K in some places. It's a silent T, which is pronounced K, apparently. In the Baltic states. Mm-hmm. But anyway, but I didn't find that. I did not find a good Irish whiskey in Krupnikas cocktail. But I did find the O'Crupley, which is, I think, I don't think that goes back very far in Irish history. I believe it was probably invented by one of the brothers Villiers, because that's the commercial Krupnikas people on there. That's their actual recipe calls for their brand. So I'm guessing they made it up, but that doesn't stop us from trying it, does it? No, sir. Mm-hmm. So let's see what happens with it. Well, man, that one. So with in the 3, that's good stuff. I'm pretty happy about it. So, what's in this one, you might ask? Well, we're going to need our trusty shaker. With a nice. Now this one, see, this recipe, I like it already. It has the instructions: shake vigorously. I like to shake vigorously from time to time. Boozeketeer Turk was shaking vigorously, but apparently not because he wanted to. But there's another one. There's a bug down here. I think they're booze bugs. That's what you get. Booze bugs. Comes from being a Boozeketeer, and we have our own bugs now, apparently. What?
Ship bugs.
Ship what? Shit bugs.
Ship.
Oh, ship bugs.
Ship bugs.
It's like, well, thanks. That's a vote of confidence right there. I did. Now that actually, I'll tell you. Years ago, I decided I was going to write a pirate novel, and it's still sitting in my word processor. Probably there's absolutely no way to recover it now because that whole language is gone. But one of the things that I was excited about was they were talking. So they're talking about food, shipboard food, and so one of the things they would bring, the like typical food, was they had salt pork, right, which was just mostly like sort of like greasy bacon that's been just like preserved in salt. So they had salt pork and what they called biscuits, but they weren't like what we would call biscuits. They were more like what we would call tasteless, hard cookies, I guess. I don't know. They were like really just basically it was flour, water, and salt, and maybe a little bit of lard or something, and then they bake them till they're dry. But the thing is, the good part is they would last a long time, so you could take it on a ship, and you had your biscuits and your pork, and you'd get pork and biscuits, and you know it was better than dying. But I was reading about a voyage in which they oh God, now I can't remember what the thing was. There was these, so they went to all these sailors. They were traveling, and they went to this island, and they ran out of food, and what was it? They dried and salted some sort of. It wasn't even like a fish. It was like some sort of awful thing. But they dried and salted these things for their voyage back, and apparently halfway through the voyage they went rotten. And one sailor said, and there's an account. The sailor said that the ship had an unbearable stench and was filled with worms, which ate at the timbers and bit the sailors in their sleep. So I always figure any day that worms from rotten, salted, whatever, monkeys, I don't know what it was. It was some sort of awful thing. Bats, probably. But anytime that worms are not biting me in my sleep, I'm pretty happy about that. So there you go. So what are we doing? What did we start with this? Yeah, we put in ice. So we need ice, Krupnikas, 1.5 ounces again, because you know that's how we roll. Whoops, too much. Just don't tell anybody. Don't tell the manager. There we go. 1.5 ounces Krupnikas. 0.75 ounces Baileys. Now there's the Irish coming in. They were coming in. Where did the Baileys go? There it is. Hopefully this doesn't have worms in it that are going to bite me in my sleep. All right. 1.75 ounces of Baileys. 0.75 ounces of coffee. Just happen to have some. And then shake vigorously. See what that does for us. This says to serve over ice. I dropped a couple of cubies in there. I think I might have some leftovers, like a milkshake in this particular pour. Looks good. Looks nice and creamy looking. Looks like ice cream. Well, these Svetkata, Boozeketeers. Once again, you know, I'm gonna have to put both these up as good. I know I'm off camera here, but or maybe I don't know. Give that a taste-filled gander. Don't like that one?
I do like it. I drink it.
Yeah. Well, it's funny because
It's a little odd.
Well, I think it's because of the honey and citrus. Because there is the Krupnikas has, it's pretty subtle, but it does have a pretty upfront citrus profile. So I think that since this is mostly cream based, whereas the other one had the Kahlua, which I think the Kahlua coffee profile in that, because coffee has its own citrus notes, kind of toned it down a bit. But you know what's better than? Orange flip. I'll tell you that much. You couldn't put enough olive juice in this to. Well, any of it would ruin it, so maybe I shouldn't say that. But hey, I'd hesitate to say some things, but not this. I'd say that we've had 2 successful cocktails tonight. I'm pretty happy about it. And they are on the website. I know someone had a little trouble getting to them earlier. I went back through and just re-uploaded them just to see, and it seems to work now. But yes, if you go to the website, go to the cocktail database, you can find the first one, White Russian, under W. Second one, the Krupli, under O. I was looking at some other ones. I may try some other Krupnikas recipes, and I may have to put a whole Krupnikas section up there. Because something tells me I might be bottling a few more bottles of this Krupnikas in the near future. Based on all the people saying, "Good God, man, can you make me some?" So, but I can't sell it legally because I'm a pirate. That's what recruits that sort of thing. And that's nice. There's like a battle going on outside. There's just explosions, and fire in the sky. There's like people out there lighting things on fire. I don't know why. It's like here I am. I don't know. Actually, maybe an even trade. They're out there lighting stuff on fire, and I'm in here drinking in the heat. I don't know which one I trade for which. It's a tough one. I almost thought tonight, I was like, it's so hot. We should probably do the gunpowder. Just do outside. Just head on out, do the whole show outside, and do the proofing, because we have the Ray and Nephew, the 110 rum. We have this 95 Cryptic House, which we tried. Actually, Boozeketeer Turk decided to try and light it on fire in the hotel room, and it worked. He lit it on fire. It didn't last very long, but he did in fact light it on fire. That's things that we did some research, and it turns out pretty much any alcohol will burn if you get it hot, but it has to be over 100 proof to become a fuel source for other things. Apparently, on its own, like isopropyl alcohol, you can light that on fire because you do in a Bunsen burner. If you're burning your Bunsens, all you need is isopropyl to light it on fire. But when it comes to alcohol, because alcohol, but when it comes to drinking alcohol, most of it has other stuff in it, and it gets to overcome the other stuff. Nice. I don't know if you guys can hear those explosions, but
there's a bunch of aerial fireworks right here.
You can see them?
Yeah, it's my.
Apparently, they're like right off the neighbors launching fireworks towards our house. Well, one of these nights we're going to get out and go actually do it outside and light a bunch of stuff on fire and see what happens. But I am very excited because I don't know if I mentioned I found that Total Wine & More now carries the Smith & Cross Navy Strength Rum, which we needed for the Angeladas, because we've talked a lot about the Angeladas, and we've drank a lot of Angeladas, especially Boozeketeer CJ and Boozeketeer Hannah and myself and Boozeketeer Maggie all drinking the Angeladas at the Trader Sam's, and they are the strongest drink. I'll tell you, they'll get you where you need to go. If where you need to go is places where the signs say don't go there. It calls for the Angelada calls for the Smith & Cross Navy Strength Rum, and now we can get that at Total Wine & More. Probably because every time I win, I'm like, where's the Smith & Cross? Where is it? Where? Tell me! And then it turned out it was actually a parking attendant, and he didn't know. So, actually, I think so. never mind. I should probably save that one for another time. I was gonna say I went to. Whoa. It's all blown up out there. It's blowing up out there, Boozeketeers. Oh, it's a thing of beauty. These are. I'm happy about these cocktails. This is good stuff. I'm sorry to you guys, because like where are you gonna get? You can order if you go online, search Cryptic House. If you don't live in Utah, you might be able to get some shipped to you. The Vilgay brothers, and try some of these cocktails because they're good stuff. These are fun, serviceable. It's like these are. You guys probably can't hear it, but I certainly can. Good stuff. And with that, oh wait, I didn't tell you guys. Go to the websites, by the way. Go to the websites, buy the stuff. I have to say that. Go to the websites, tikiking.com. Go to the online store, buy some things, help support the show. Remember, you buy stuff, we buy booze. Then it all comes back around, and I'll tell you about it. The Boozeketeers Club, or not Boozeketeer, the Tiki King Paradise Club, which we have a new member, is going to be getting their welcome package here very soon. And if you want to join that, you can. $35 gets you $35 worth of stuff. Plus, you get entered into a contest or a. Once we get enough, every 100 members, we do a drawing for a handmade Tiki King ukulele. So there's always that. But it's basically you're buying, $35 worth of stuff for $35. So it's not like you're losing out on anything. Plus, every year right now I'm working on, for the people who've already been in a year, they're going to get a necklace that's exclusive to the Paradise Club members, the Tiki King Tiki necklace, and other stuff as we deem necessary, I suppose. So go there, yes. So go to tikiking.info, join the Paradise Club. Go to tikiking.com, buy some neat stuff. Go to tikiking.com/booze. Go get yourself some Boozeketeers gear. There's a link there. Go to Cocktail Database. Make yourself some drinks. Have a good time. And above all, thanks for tuning in. And I'm going to say goodnight now because I want to go look at stuff blowing up. But right on cue. But until next week, Boozeketeers, good night. And I don't know what to drink. And good drinks.